So the National University of Singapore offers two types of MBA programs. One is the full-time MBA program, which is 17 months in duration, and the other one is the part-time, which is 24 to 30 months. This is a program for working professionals. So the one that I'm going to discuss today is the application process for the full-time MBA program for National University of Singapore. In terms of the eligibility, this program is for those professionals who have a minimum of 2 years of work experience and they have a GMAT or a GRE score. So apart from that, if you look at the class profile, the average age at the NUS MBA is 29 years, and the average GMAT for the NUS MBA is around 670. The average work experience for the NUS MBA is around 6 years. In terms of the GRE scores, the average GRE verbal score is around 155, and the average GRE quantitative score is around 165 for those who are applying to the NUS MBA. So let's get started with the application form. Once you have created your login and you have started your application for the MBA full-time program, you need to go to the apply button over here. And then this will give you the preferences that you have already selected, and then go to next. So the next window will bring up the application form where you can start filling up the details of your candidature. The application fee for this program is around $100, and the full-time MBA deadlines are for the first round it is 31st of October 23. For the second round it is 17th of January 2024, and this is the round with till which you must apply if you are planning to apply for a scholarship. Apart from these two, there is a third round which is due in April, which is the 2nd of April 2024. These being the instructions, read through the instructions very carefully. There are a list of documents that are mentioned over here which you need to keep handy before you start filling up the application form. Resume handy, your transcripts for and your degree for your undergraduate studies, your GMAT or GRE score reports. So if you've completed your bachelor's education from a university or institution where the medium of instruction was English, then you do not need to submit an IELTS or a TOEFL score. Otherwise, the IELTS or the TOEFL score report is also important. You will need to attach it along with the application form. You also need to have your copy of your passport, and you need a passport size photograph plus your current salary slips. So these are the documents. Once you have all of these scanned and ready in reference, you can start with the application form for the NUS MBA. Right. So the first section requires your personal details. Then comes the contact information, give your mailing address and the phone numbers as applicable, and then come to the academic qualifications. So coming to the academic qualifications, you can add your bachelor's and graduate degrees, whichever you have completed. Start in the reverse chronological order. You add a new qualification. So this is the option where you start with adding new qualifications. You can add the name of the qualification. So you'll have a specific list over here to search from. You have options from a huge number of courses like the BA or the BCom. You'll have a huge list to select over here. So choose the options from the list given over here. So let's say I have a bachelor's in arts management. I select it over here, it auto populates, and then I add the qualification types. So the types of qualifications that you can enter in the NUS MBA application form, you can enter a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, professional qualifications, or diploma, PhD, or a pre-university course, or if there's some other name that your degree is called by, then you can add others over here and add the name. Then add the location of the university, the institute, give the name of the college or the campus that you have studied from, and then add your CGPA or equivalent. And is this program subsidized? Yes or no? That needs to be specified. Is this your highest qualification? Yes. So this is the information that goes into your academic qualification section. The next part is add details about the test scores. So upload the test score document and add the details. So is it a GRE or what is the test type? So are you uploading a GMAT, a GRE, an IELTS, or the Pearson test of English or the TOEFL score report? Let's say it is the GMAT score report. If I'm adding the GMAT score report, what is the information that is required over here? the registration number, the reference number that you have from GMAT, then the test date, your quantitative score, as well as the percentile. AWA and the percentile for AWA is not mandatory. The verbal percentile and the IR percentile, these are mandatory fields. Apart from that, you need to add the total score as well as the total percentile that you have in the GMAT test. So if it is the GRE test that you are adding, then you need to add the reference number or the registration number. You need to add the test date, the quantitative score that you have, and the percentile, the verbal score, the percentile, and the AWA score as well as the percentile. This is the information required for the GRE test takers. The next section of the application form for NUS requires information about the awards or prizes that you have achieved over the course of your career. You can select from whether it is an award or a prize, awarding body, name of the award, details of the award or the prize that you have, and the date when you have received it. So, in terms of language proficiency, which is the next section of this application, you need to add over here which are the languages that you want to talk about. So, English, if it the level of your proficiency on the language. So excellent, good, fair, or poor. So let's say excellent in spoken and excellent is written. This is the information that you add in the language proficiency section. So if you're someone who knows more than one language, feel free to add the rest of the languages also over here. The next section of the NUS MBA application is the work experience section. Start from the date employed from, up till when was this employment, what is the current country of employment, what is the city, give the details of the organization, the type of employment, whether it is full-time or part-time, and then describe your main job responsibilities over here. Apart from this information, you need to add your current salary, add the currency for the reference, and then add the amount of your current salary over here. So add your work experiences in the reverse chronological order. The next section of the NUS MBA application is the reference letters. You need to add the details of two referees. So to create a new referee, you can add the information over here. You need to add the title, his name, the designation, the organization, email, telephone number, and save it. Once you have done this, then you need to go back to the section and then also assign the referee. That is when the email will be triggered. If you have not spoken to your referees yet, you can add the details over here and not assign the letter to go to them, because the moment you trigger the email to go to your referee, then you only have 14 days till they should submit the reference report. So always, have a word with your referee, see when they have an open window of filling up the reference form for you, and then trigger the email. So remember that the moment you will trigger the email from here to your referee, he will only have 14 days till the submission. Right. So the next section is the essays that you need to submit. There are two mandatory essays, one optional essay and one essay which is required by re-applicants only. So when you have written up the essays in the Word file, that is when you should come to this particular section and paste your essays over here. We make sure that the word limit is there too. The limit is in terms of characters as well as words. So whenever you have your final document ready in the Word file, it is always good to cross check it against the both of these criteria. Scholarship. So going in for the scholarship, then you need to mention it in this particular section. And for the scholarship applicants only, you need to submit another essay that is of 1500 characters. So another information that you need to submit in the questionnaire section of the NUS MBA application form is the LinkedIn profile. Right, so this brings us to the final checklist for this application. The final checklist will give you a status of what all things you have not yet uploaded. Check with respect to whatever things are pending. Only once all of this is done will you be able to submit the application form.